Hi there, Bonnie Newland, registered dietitian, and I did a post on my personal page about grain bowls that I eat pretty often. And I had so many questions about one, what they are, and two, how do I construct them. So I thought I would come on and show everybody exactly what I do. It's super easy and it's a great meal hack for lunch or dinner, and sometimes I even do them for breakfast depending on what I'm going to put in them. So let's get started. The first thing that I do is I start with a grain. It can be a potato, sweet potato, and I would usually roast these and cube them and put them in my bowl, or sometimes I'll mash them. One great thing about potatoes is that if you have an Instant Pot or even a crock pot, you can scrub the outside of the potatoes and put them in an Instant Pot or a crock pot, and you don't have to pierce them. They will just slowly cook. I usually do about 4 to 5 potatoes in my Instant Pot for 19 minutes on manual, and then just release the steam, and they're perfectly done. And then I'll store them in the fridge cooked because they haven't been pierced, so they don't turn brown or anything. So that's a great little trick that I do to keep potatoes ready to go. I do the same thing with sweet potatoes. Another thing that I do is I cook rice. This is a wild rice that I have in my fridge, and then I have a brown rice, and I keep both of these just already cooked in my fridge and ready to go, so that if somebody wants to make a lunch or toss it on a salad or make one of these grain bowls, it's ready to go. If you like rice but don't like cooking it, I would recommend buying frozen cooked rice. The reason I say that is when you buy those microwavable packets that you tear open and microwave for, a minute or two, or if you buy the minute rice individual servings, those are fine, but just know that you're getting some added oil. They put oil in those to keep them moist, whereas the frozen varieties that you can find are just brown rice or white rice, and they have these where you would find vegetables in most grocery stores. They're really great. Another grain that you could use is barley. The quick cooking is really great. It cooks super easy, so you could use barley in the bottom of your bowl. Quinoa is another grain I'll sometimes use, and then you can also use oats. A lot of people think of oatmeal as a breakfast food, but it can also be savory, so you can toss eggs on top of it, you can toss beans on top of it, or whatever. So just experiment with that. I do both, and it's super yummy. So I would start with a grain, so that gives you some ideas of where to start. And then my next layer is normally my vegetable layer. And I like this Normandy blend that I just find in my local grocery store, but you could do any type of vegetable that you like. I also like this stir-fry cauliflower rice, and that will sometimes be a vegetable. So you can just put the grain and then a layer of vegetables, and then we usually do here in my house some form of protein. So it could be meat, leftover meat, chicken, beef, whatever you have. If you want something really easy, you can use canned. I recommend low sodium lentils. I couldn't find it in low sodium, but lentils come pre-cooked in a can. If you like to cook them, you can do that too. So I also have regular lentils to cook. Low sodium chickpeas are another great option. And then of course, black beans. And I happen to have a ton of black beans that are no salt. They're really easy to find. Pinto beans and black beans, no salt. Kidney beans are fine too. So it would go grain, vegetable, and then a protein. And then we top it off with some variety of hummus. It just gives it a little extra flavor, and to make it look pretty, I use a melon baller, scoop it out and dollop it on top, and it makes it look really visually appealing. I put it all in one bowl, and like I said, I keep a lot of the rice pre-cooked, and I usually will steam vegetables ahead of time too and keep them just slightly underdone, so that I can then stick them in the microwave and get everything done, and it's easy to throw together for a lunch to take to work, or for the kiddos that are back in school, or just to have if you need a really quick dinner because kids have activities. So I hope that answers some of the grain bowl questions, and I really hope you try it, and I hope you enjoy it.